How does personal jurisdiction apply to cross-border cyber attack cases? Imagine trying to catch a hacker who is thousands of miles away, hiding behind the internet. How do courts decide if they have the right to hear the case? That's where personal jurisdiction comes into play. Personal jurisdiction is the legal authority a court has over a person or entity involved in a case. When it comes to cyber attacks crossing borders, things get tricky because the internet makes it easy for attackers to hide their location. In traditional cases, courts decide jurisdiction based on where the defendant lives or does business. But in cyber cases, the attacker could be in one country, the victim in another, and servers in yet another. So, courts look at where the attacker is based, where the victim is harmed, and where the servers used in the attack are located. If the attacker is in one country and the victim in another, the question becomes which country's laws apply, and which court has the authority to hear the case. Courts often consider whether the attacker has enough contacts with the jurisdiction. For example, if the attacker targeted a specific country's infrastructure or used servers located there, that country might claim jurisdiction. Similarly, if the victim's data was stored on servers in a certain country, that country might also assert authority. International cooperation is key in these cases. Countries often work together through treaties and agreements to share evidence and coordinate legal actions. Laws like the United States Clarifying Lawful Overseas Use of Data Act, or Cloud Act, help by allowing authorities to access data stored abroad, making investigations easier. Technology also plays a role. Artificial intelligence and cybersecurity tools help trace the origin of cyber attacks. These tools can identify patterns and sources that might be hard to detect manually. However, the legal system must keep pace with these advancements. Developing international standards and agreements is necessary so that jurisdiction can be established fairly and effectively across borders. From the perspective of artificial intelligence law and technology law, the challenge is creating rules that respect sovereignty but also allow for effective cooperation. AI can help identify and track cybercriminals, but without clear legal frameworks, it can be difficult to enforce jurisdiction. That's why ongoing efforts focus on creating international norms that balance security, privacy, and legal authority. In the end, personal jurisdiction in cross-border cyber attack cases is about figuring out which country's laws apply and which court has the right to hear the case. It involves understanding where the attacker, victim, and servers are located, and working together across borders to bring cybercriminals to justice.